Hello, everybody. I'm Christine Roebuck, your financial strategist, and I'm excited to be here today with one of our wealth builders who flat out crushed her financial goals in 2022. But before we get to that, I just want to say congratulations to all of those wealth builders who have been sharing their testimonies this year. We have every single month, I'm highlighting a wealth builder who crushed their financial goals. You know, I love helping individuals to just celebrate their milestones, because these are things that they've accomplished and they should be celebrated. So I have Ruby Mitchell here today. She is a mastermind of her finances. She and her husband, they own several businesses, and they have a great responsibility. They're leaders in the church, in the community, and so they're busy. So if you would see, you're probably thinking, well, I just don't know if I can handle focusing on my finances. Well, I'm here to say, and I believe that Ruby would agree with me, that busy people get things done. So crushing their financial goals is it's non-negotiable. So Ruby, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hello, everybody.
I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this day to allow you to share with everyone how you've crushed your financial goals. And I just might want to, I want to add that it can be, just in case somebody's thinking, well, my goal is it's not big enough to celebrate. So Ruby, wouldn't you agree that even if it's a big financial goal or a small or medium, that it's worth celebrating?
I totally agree. I think that small goals should be celebrated just as much as the big goals. Yes, I definitely do.
I do too. I do. I really do. So I want to ask you a question. I want you to share with the wealth building community here how you crushed your goals in 2022. I know it had to take some discipline, right? So can you want to share with us?
Yes, it took a lot of discipline, mainly because I am so connected with my husband that usually when there's a purchase to be made in our home or something, he's usually the one that does it. We go off of his credit score, even though mine is good. We just kind of do that. And we've been doing that for 31 years. But in 2021, I made up my mind that, you know what, I'm going to buy my own car. I'm going to do my own thing. And so in 2021, I bought my own car in my own name and everything. And that was very exciting. But then in 2022, I noticed that the amount that I owed on my car was my main goal. I did not want to drag it out all these years. And then I started paying double payments and everything. And I was like, hey, look at
That's huge.
That was really huge for me. And the huge part was that I learned through the discipline of, you can skip this, you don't have to do that, and you can, pull some things together. So to me, that was a big goal crushed. Another big goal was I had never seen an 800 credit score. Never. And so my goal for 2022 was to get an 800 credit score. And everybody just assumes because we have all these businesses that, I'm so great and everything with finances. Well, I fell off the wagon a lot because I have 7 children and a lot of grandchildren. So, and we have a bonus child. So, I'm always spending on them. But to spend on myself in 21 and 22, and then to put myself first, my car is kind of like my self-care. Just take care of myself. But then when I looked at my credit score and I said, oh, wow, look, I'm so close. And I'd get like 797 and I'd go back to 793 or 798 and I get to 794. And I was like, what is going on? What is going on? When I crushed that 800, I was just like, yes, finally. What in the world? So, and to a lot of people, that may not sound like a lot because I do remember it used to not be a goal. It was just, the day-to-day, getting through, just the basic bills. And I retired from a company that encouraged us to save, but I never did. I was a single parent at the time, and it was just all over the place, always putting away for the kids. And so now that my husband and I have learned we've learned it from him, taking financial classes, and myself taking financial classes, and then being, of course, with you, Minister Roebuck, thank you. We have learned to filter away. And I'm one of those, my daughter always says, Mom, you always have the secret stash. Well, I do. I really do. Right. I just believe that you should have your own nest egg somewhere. Right. My husband and I, we do everything together, but I do have my separate little pot of money, and I like to squirrel away. I call it squirreling away because it's not like I'm putting thousands of dollars away every day, but I am $25 here, $10 here, $50 here, so that when I go on a trip or when I go on a vacation, or when I want to bless one of my grandkids, because you did hear me say 22.
Wow.
So whenever I want to bless one of them, I want to have the resources, and then having 8 kids, because we have our bonus child, having 8 kids, there's always some type of little something going on, and we're not rescuers, but we are good stewards of our money.
Yes.
Don't just give them just because they want to be given. We always question what's going on, what's this for, and how did we get there, and how we're going to get out. And then I look back a lot at my own stuff, and I just, okay, this is going on. Why am I going backwards? And what do I need to do to continue practicing what I've learned?
Wow. Oh my goodness, there's so many good. I was taking notes, I want you to know. There's so many great things here. And what I really love, and what I know about you and your husband as well, is that, well, you guys are the leaders of the couples ministry. So and I want to make it clear to couples who will watch this, that what you are saying is that we do things together, but it is okay that we have some things, set apart, that the other person, he knows that, you have, so it's not a secret.
Oh, no.
But it's important that you have your own, and that is okay. I love the term, and I'm going to be quoting you, I want you to know, over the next couple of weeks, squirreling away. I love that, and Ruby, it is amazing how much money we throw away without even realizing it. So that squirreling away is what you're doing, is you're actually just putting away $10 here. And I've done that. I've done something, a challenge this year. I started with my sister in December, saying, whenever I receive $5 back in change, I'm not going to spend that $5. I'm going to just go ahead and squirrel it away. And so, and we're getting ready to go on a trip in August. So I said, instead of taking it out of my savings or doing, taking it from, our household funds, like you say, squirreling away, or if you're going on a trip, I said, okay, it's coming up in August. I've pretty much met our goal. We didn't look at it for about 3 months, and then we said, let's count it. And, we saved quite a bit of money. So I said, okay, now whenever I receive a $10 bill, I'm not going to spend that. I'm going to save that. I'm going to put it in the pot, but you would be amazed at how squirreling away. So thank you for bringing that out.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should talk about trips, because with us having such a large family, and, we wanted our kids to have the benefits just like any other child. And whenever it came time for band camps and church youth groups and things like that, I've always been like, we take and divide, okay, this is how much the trip's going to cost. We've got these many children that are of age to go to attend. And we would start putting that way. We couldn't maybe come up with $1,000 all at one time, especially when we were such a young family. But we would just on the church books, okay, here's $25. Here's $25 for this child. Maybe I have to skip a week. Okay, here's $25 for that child. And by the time the trip came around, we had the monies. And so I've carried that over into even today, like when we do the pledges at church, and when we're getting ready for Pastoral Day, or the big day that we have in February. I always have been the one that, okay, we're not going to wait until that day and be like, oh, now we've got to come up with this big lump sum.
Right.
I put a little away, and that way, you know, it's not such a big, oh, I can't come up with it. Yes, you have. You've probably eaten that, spent that, did your nails, did your hair, you know, something that you squandered that money away, that you could have taken, like you said, the $5 and just put it away.
Exactly.
You know, of that. I love the squirreling away principle. Yes.
You know, and it's so much fun to do. And it really eliminates the waste, because a lot of us we waste a lot of money. It eliminates that, you know, that, I guess you could call it, I'm trying to think of the word that I want to call it, that, you know, when somebody we're prone to waste, but that temptation, you know, being tempted to waste, to do some other things. I love this. You know, I think I'm going to write an article on squirreling away. And I'm going to give you credit for that.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if I get credit, because I learned that principle a long time ago in church, and that's what they called it. And so I just picked up on it.
I love that. Yes. You know, and Ruby, it doesn't matter how much money we make. It really matters how much we keep. And, you know, there are simple things. So just in case somebody's saying, well, you know, they have the money. Well, you know, be creative, get creative. Just because you have the money doesn't mean you have to waste it. And you can always find, you know, fun things to do to, you know, to meet those goals. So
challenges are always nice. Like you said, you do it with your sister. Challenges always nice. With our children, challenges were always a good tool to make them save. And you have those that save and those that steal. But those, and I've noticed the children that saved when they were younger in our household are the ones that are still savers now. And the ones that depended on everybody else, well, you know, I meant to, but the squanderers are still pretty much my squanderers now.
Right. Yeah. You know what we do for 30 days, I always say, will become a habit, you know, and if we continue to do that, it will become a lifestyle, you know, so awesome. And what you have mentioned here is the legacy that you and your husband are leaving. I love, you know, the legacy of wealth, the legacy of the word, you know, the legacy, you know, of just being good stewards. That's a legacy. That's, you know, that's part of your legacy. I love that. I want to, before we close, I want to ask you, what would you say to the individuals? We're in June. I'm just going to say that right now because we're just a few days out.
Oh, would you say Happy New Year?
Oh my goodness. Or Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. What would you say to an individual who's thinking, wow, you know, it's June already. I haven't met my goals. It's too late. You know, I'll just pick it up on New Year's Eve. I'll make I call them New Year's revelations. Get one, but New Year's resolution, and I'll start then. What would you say to that individual?
No, New Year's resolution and New Year's is not promised to you. And I am one that carpe diem, seize the day, go ahead and start now, because we're always saying tomorrow. I love the whining song, tomorrow. It's not promised to us. And what we do right now is very important. If we should leave today or tomorrow, it decides and it determines how your family will function and live. Even if you have adult children, how you leave your family is going to tell how they may function for the rest of their lives. Because if they have to mortgage off and do different things just to put you away, and then there's the one child that did everything and the other child that could do nothing, and so those end up being lifelong arguments and things like that. Right. I totally say, if you have not started, start today. And if you can't put $1,000 away, sometimes I listen to people and, oh, I say you need to put this. We have the little change thing, and it tells on January, this is how much money you put in every day and every week. And by the end of the year, you're going to have this amount of money. I always start those things and I never finish.
Right.
I never, it's a great thing.
But you start though.
Once you start, I never finish that particular one, but I have learned if I fall off the wagon, get back on it.
Get back on it. Yeah.
I'll give you a great example. In 2020, we learned that we could actually, I did really remember how to cook, and we didn't have to eat out every day and every night. We saved a lot of money just by not eating out. Well, when 2021 came around, we were so glad to be back out into the world that we kind of got back into some old routines. And in 2022, that's made me step back and say, you know what? This is our year. We're going to go back to doing some of the savings and some of the things that we did in 2020 that we had to do. Now we're going to do it by choice and not by force. We're doing it by choice. So if you made goals and you missed those goals, make a choice today. Just go ahead and make a choice. It's why you have a choice. Things are happening, and I love that Bishop is so on top of the economy, and that you and my husband are doing such financial things and wisdom and sharing them, that things are happening in our society that we may not have the privileges that we've had before. So it behooves us to get ready and put ourselves in the place of greatness instead of behind the 8 ball. For once, we need to be those ones that are being proactive in the things that we are preparing. So if that means today you get up and you put a quarter in a bank, or then tomorrow you put 50 cents in a bank, that's what you do. Get a glass jar. Oh, I don't have a bank. Don't make excuses. Get a glass jar. Get a saucer. I like that saying, my cup is running over and my saucer is getting a blessing. Give the saucer a blessing. Just let it doesn't matter what you save. Just get into the habit of saving and start now. Don't wait, like I said, until New Year's to make a new resolution. Just go ahead and start now. Start now. That's the key to it, is starting. I lost a lot of weight here recently. I had in 2020 started exercising, started doing some things, and we had a lot of life changes in 2020 and 2021. And I stopped going to the gym. I started stress eating and doing a lot of things. Well, I had to get that back intact, and I had to start now. And even with my gym, I called my gym person just yesterday, and I said, today's the day. Start now. We're starting now. So with my savings, with my health, everything is self-care. And you have to make sure that you're doing self-care.
Awesome. On that note, oh my goodness, we're going to stop. But I have so many great quotes. You said, do it by choice and not by force.
Exactly.
That's it. Absolutely. This has been wonderful. I think we might have to come back and just do another one or something at some point. And I love the no excuses. And that is why in this community, I really try to remove every reason or every excuse. I try to find a solution so that there are no excuses at all. The only excuse, or the only thing that's in our way is we are the only person in our way. So, but at any rate, this has been fantastic. I really thank you for joining us today and for sharing with everyone who's watching right now. And I am going to definitely be continue to squirrel away for the rest of my days. I love that, squirreling away. I love that. And so at any rate, thank you so much, Ruby. I appreciate you. I know that you're working on things to crush 2023, and I can't wait to hear about it. So thanks again, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you very much.